Hello and welcome to another video. So thank you so much for joining me today, and you're joining me today on a second anniversary video of my time on YouTube. May not be very interesting to some people, but I just wanted to document this, and I'll do it in one take. I'll do a nice little frank talk. I'm going to talk about some things about how hard YouTube is and what I've achieved and all those sorts of things. So that's what today's video is going to be about. So first of all, thank you so much for everybody that has subscribed to me, has liked my videos, or has even watched my videos. It means so much to me. When I first started YouTube, and I'm not exaggerating here, I honestly thought I wouldn't get 10 subscribers. And then the subscribers started picking up, and I was when I got to 100 subscribers, absolutely blown away by that. So to get to, I think I'm in 900s now. To get to 900 subscribers is absolutely amazing for me. It's mind-blowing. And I was thinking about the subscribers the other day, and I was thinking that so when I put a video out, I get, on average, varies, but on average about 150 views. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, oh god, that's terrible. It's 900 subscribers, 150 views. It's nothing. It's minimal. So did some looking around on other people's channels, even going so far as like Thomas Heaton and Nigel Danson, and the average seems to be, for the subscribers that you have, about 10 to 15% of the subscribers that you've got will watch your videos. And obviously that goes for, not everybody's going to like every type of video that you put out. I do have a lot of macro subscribers that will watch my macro content but won't watch other types of content that I put out, which is fair enough because that's what they're subscribing for. So to the fact that I only get 100, 150 subscribers, and I think that's about the average. So I think I'm quite pleased with that. I think that's a good statistic to have. I think I'd like to get to maybe 20%, maybe on the higher end of the average would be nice. But I'm no Nigel Danson and Thomas Heaton, James Popsis, all those, the big names, the ones that can really talk and just, yeah, they just seem so natural at it. I'm not very good. I'm not a very good conversationalist. Obviously ADHD and autism has its own challenges, so YouTube itself is really hard. I mean, anybody that starts YouTube, no matter what their starting point is, it's difficult. There's a lot to learn. Thumbnails, titles, description. You've got the concept of the video, what the points are in the video. You've got to make sure it's relevant to the viewer, and you've got to make sure that it has some meaty bit of action. And I fail on a lot of those points. My top 5 titles and thumbnails are terrible, and my very rarely do I put any nuggets of wisdom in there, and it is something I'm working on trying. But for me, because the way I go out and make videos is probably not the same as most people. A lot of people script their videos. They'll have a set script, and you can tell, kind of tell, not always, but you can tell it is scripted because they've nailed the YouTube algorithm. Joshua Pegg, for example, he scripted his a lot, I think, and you can tell because it looks professional. So it looks like everything's succinct. It's all the relevant parts are there that you need to know. There's no blabber like me. I just talk and I just don't make any sense half the time. So their videos are like very succinct, and they're very trimmed down so that the right amount of information's in there. I find that really hard. When I first started YouTube, I think my videos were coming out at like 20 minutes, and I'm slowly editing them down. I'm getting them down to about 10 minutes, but still the amount of footage that I come away with is an absolutely stupid amount because I do ramble on, and I find it hard to stop talking about a subject. So I'll be talking about, let's say I'm talking about this tree branch here, for example, and I'll talk about how, I'm trying to find macro insects on it and stuff. But because my speech pattern is so all over the place, I don't breathe in the sense that, like, I'll be saying, oh, the bark on this tree is going to let the ants walk all over it, and then most normal people would have a break there and they'd be nice and slow. So when it comes to editing, you would have a nice clean break and you would cut it, and then you would do whatever in editing, in post. Whereas me, because my flow is so fast, it just comes out when I'm talking, there's no points where you can just cut and edit and make an easy edit. So what I tend to do I tend to self-edit. So what I'll do is I'll do and this is an ADHD brain thing going on here. I don't know what I was talking about before, and how I got onto this, but this is what this video is going to be about. It's going to be all over the place. So the way I tend to shoot my videos, so let's go back. Oh, I'm going to forget. Let me do this bit and then I'll go back. So the way when I record piece to camera like this, I will do, let's say for example, I will do an introduction. Let's say, so I'll go, hello, thank you so much for joining me today. Today we're out in the woods and we're hoping to get some fly videos. No, hello, welcome to another video. So I'll do that, and then what normal people, I say normal in quotes, look for another word for normal, what professional people would do is they would have a cut in there. So they would say, oh, I'm looking for, and then they'd have a cut, and then they'd reshoot from where they were and go fly videos and join the two together. Whereas I can't do that, because when I stop talking about something, I tend to forget what I was talking about, or like I said, I talk so fast I can't get that cut in there very well. So what I do is self-edit. So I'll do something, I'll make a mistake, and then I just go back and start right from the beginning again and do it all again. So even if if you ever see me, if you ever watch any of my channel, any of my videos, 90% of what I shoot is in one section. It's all one piece to camera. It's never cut. That you don't very rarely see jump cuts in it, and that's just because I self-edit when I'm out in the field, because I know it'll be easier. And then the way I do that, when I get back to edit, I'll record a piece of the intro, and then my last one, obviously the one that I feel in my head when I'm shooting it, feels good. I then just stop recording, and then when I go back, I know the last one that I shot will be the one that I'm using. So then I can edit like that, and that's how I do my edits. So going back to how I shoot my YouTube videos. So a lot of people, so the proper way, I want to say proper way in quotes again, because it's not, there's no set way to do stuff, but they advise you to come up with the title, come up with a thumbnail and the concept of the video before you shoot anything. So you should have the concept of the video, and then you create the thumbnail around it, and then you create the title, and then when you go out and shoot, you can tailor the video to that thumbnail and title. So you don't have A, clickbait in your title, so because you don't want clickbait, and B, you know exactly what it is you're filming. So I can't do that. The autism side of me finds visualizing very hard. I find that part very difficult. So when if I say to you, visualize an elephant, you visualize this big grey elephant, in my mind's eye, I just kind of barely see an outline of an elephant. I don't have like a big picture of it in a safari, so visualization is not my strong point, and it's one of the big drawbacks to photography, because that's quite a big part of landscape photography, I think, is visualizing. So mine's kind of like hit and miss. Luck. I follow a lot of other photographers, so I'll see something they did or a location, and I'll go and copy that location. Then I'll come up with my own compositions at that location. But I kind of need to see what I'm going out to shoot first. So and coming up with a concept of a video in my head. So say for example, a video I've seen recently of Nigel Danson's where he talks about focus, and he talks about where he focuses and how to nail focus and all this sort of stuff. I can't plan that. I can't do that very well. So unless I overly know exactly what I'm talking about, it comes across as kind of like I'm guessing what I'm saying. Even though I know what I'm saying in my head, it doesn't come out that way. So I find those sorts of videos very hard to do. So my videos tend to be, I'll go out, I'll sit on the sofa for a couple of hours procrastinating, because that's my ADHD brain. It just stops me doing anything. Then when I finally do get out, I'll get in the car, and then I'll drive around for another couple of hours just doing nothing, because I'm just driving around. Then when I find a location that I'm going to shoot at, and this is literally not planned, I don't go, oh, I'm going to go so-and-so today. I literally just go out and drive. And then when I find a location, I'll get there, and I'll get to a place, like say for example here today, I got here, and then I just stand still with my backpack on, and then I start thinking about what's the video going to be about? How am I going to start this video? And all these different thoughts are going on in my head, and I'm standing there, and the only thing I can link it to give you an idea of what it is, if you've ever seen Paranormal Activity, I think it's the first one, where the person gets out of bed and then just stands over the other person in the bed, and then the clock's going in the corner, and it goes up hours and hours, so it's like they're stood there for like 3 hours. That's what I'm like. I'm just literally stood still. And anybody watching me in the woods will probably, if I didn't have my camera bag on, I'd look like a proper weirdo just standing still for like 10 minutes sometimes. So my brain's going, and that whole time my body's inactive, my brain's going, and it's coming up with the concept of the video, or what it is how I want to start the video. Sometimes I start the video, and halfway through I change what it's about because something good happened, or I suddenly think of something else. So that's how my videos tend to end up. So for me, with a erratic brain, I find it very hard. YouTube is so hard. But on the flip side of that, I really do enjoy getting out, and the process of making a video, I love it. I mean, I could sit out and make videos all day long, literally, without even I've never gone out and thought, oh, I hate doing this. I don't like YouTube. It's, you know, my enjoyment from it is what keeps me going, and I obviously the interaction with people, the comments I get on YouTube itself is great, but the thing that keeps me going is just my enjoyment for making films. I really do enjoy doing this sort of thing, and they may not be the best things ever, you know what I mean? My epic B-rolls, you know, come on. I mean, any idiot with a camera can just put it down and do it, but I just enjoy doing it. It's fun. And YouTube for me is supposed to be fun. It's never supposed to be a chore, and it's the same with like monetization and stuff like that. I've got I mean, when I first started YouTube, like I said, I had no concept in my brain that I would ever get to like 10 subscribers. It never crossed my mind, let alone be monetized. So I've been monetized on live feeds and all those little things that you get. I think I've had that probably nearly a year now. Well, I have actually, because I had a thing from YouTube saying I've been monetized a year, but not for monetization on videos. And I don't do live videos because they end up like this and they're terrible. And this video is going to be probably really long and boring, and you probably won't enjoy it. But it's going out there just because I want it to. So monetization, I never thought. Where was I going with this? Oh, enjoying the video. So monetization, I never thought about getting monetized. And I'm gonna get I'm in the 900s now, and I'm gonna get to 1,000 subscribers. And even then, when I'm monetized, I won't make it. I'm not going to make any money off YouTube. You probably get, I mean, I would say, I guess you probably need 30, 40,000 subscribers to start making anything worth, you know, to make a living off it. And so I'm never expecting to get that. And I think that's the key to keep going. I've been going 2 years, and I know it's not long. Some people are on there 10 years or more. But I think the key to that success is carrying on. And I do learn from my videos. I learn from I try and learn from my failures and stuff, but I also try and tend to put them out of my head as well. I try not to dwell on stuff. So if I put a video out and it doesn't do well, it doesn't do well. I don't really dwell on it too much. I may look at the title and the thumbnail and then think, oh, I could have done better, but I don't even change it. I'm honestly not that bothered about how well the videos do. I do want them to do well. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a great video. And then when it goes out and I get 100 views off it, or less. So, I mean, if you go through my videos, I think I've probably got some with like 12 views, 15 views, I don't know. So not very many, but I haven't gone back and revisited them and thought, oh, what can I tweak on this video? Or, you know, what would I have done differently? Because I know my brain doesn't work like that. My brain's all over the place. So no matter how much I plan for something, it never goes to plan. And that's the same with like places where I go to, like you see, I've gone to Durdledore and I've taken photos at Durdledore, but even then I knew where I was going, but I didn't have a clue what the video was going to be about. So what it's about when it gets there is what it's about. And yeah, that's my process of YouTube, if you like. And I found that really difficult because sometimes I can go a whole week and not come up with a single video idea, and it really gets frustrating because I can't do it. And then I'll just end up going out and making something, and it will just be mediocre, but not what I wanted. I wanted something worth putting out there, and that kind of it gets me down a little bit because you know, I do want to put good content out, but also I recognize those struggles that I have with that ADHD brain going mental and the autism of not being able to visualize and stuff like that. So I don't overly beat myself up over it. So that's my journey on YouTube up to the 2 years now, and I think I've grown as a photographer and also as a YouTuber for two reasons. So the first thing, you can see if you watch my first year on YouTube, I do a lot of Dartmoor. I do a lot of woodland stuff, local to my local area, very within a certain area. And the second year, I've started branching out more. I've been to Durdle, so I've been Dorset, North Devon, and I'm trying to think of anywhere else I've been. I can't. So it's still a good area. It's a good starting point. This year, on my third year, I'm hoping to get to Cornwall and then up to Kent sort of area to hopefully do a collaboration with Neil Stevens. So that will be good if I can do that. I mean, I've got lofty ideas. I want to do loads of stuff, but I'm just taking it one step at a time with my channel. I'm just going on as I please. Like I said, probably nearly a year ago now, I said I'm done with YouTube, trying to tailor everything to that algorithm, and it just becomes, it's not enjoyable. So I'm just doing what I want to do and how I like to do it. And hopefully you'll enjoy that and you come along for that ride as well. I mean, like I said before, I think 10% of your subscriber count, I think that's quite a good number personally, and I'm happy with that. So yeah, so going forward for year 3, I do want to get a camper van. I don't know whether it's going to happen yet or not though. It's looking, I want to get one, but I don't want to spend, I haven't got enough to buy a decent camper van. I can't go out and buy like a 20,000–30,000 pound camper van. I've probably got a couple of grand that I can put towards one, but I don't want to get one, then it'd be broken within so long. So I don't know whether I'm just going to put that off for a little bit until I got a bit more money, or whether I will still get one this year. I don't know. It's going to be a surprise for me, and it'll be a surprise for you. But when I do get a camper van, I will be able to go to other locations, and I'll be able to just, you know, it will just open up a whole world of possibilities for me. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for it. But yeah, I think that's it. Photography wise, what have I achieved photography wise? I think my photos are improving compositionally. I find when I first started YouTube, I said I find compositions quite hard. I do have like this thing. So what I do, I go around taking photos. And what I do now is I put my camera on a tripod even when it doesn't need to be on a tripod, because I find it does slow me down. It slows my thinking process down, and I'm kind of slowly getting into that sort of thought process where, you know, watch your edges of your frame, be conscious of what you're including and what you're not including in your image. And compositionally, I think my images are okay. I don't think they're anything to write home about, and my photos aren't. I don't think my editing side of things are that great, but I think compared to where I started to now, I do think they've improved quite a bit. So I am happy with where my photography is going, and I'm happy with where my YouTube channel is going as well. The only thing I'd really love is I could stop moving my hands around, because it gets really annoying. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm happy, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a long one, and probably not that interesting to the average person, average viewer. But it just gives you a little bit of an insight into what I think of YouTube and how I feel about having neurodiversity and how I cope with that on a daily basis. So there you go. Even though I didn't talk about it being on a daily basis, but there you go. But it gives you an idea. So anyway, that just leaves me to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.